Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to buy Manchester United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is one of Britain's richest men. He's a billionaire, he's worth 15 billion. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the CEO of Ineos Chemical Group and is the owner of Nice. Don't forget, recently Elon Musk joked about buying Manchester United. Elon Musk is an American billionaire who's worth around 218 billion. The Glazer family are considering selling a minority stake in Man United. The club's valued at 5 billion. Now the Glazers have owned Manchester United since 2005. So the Glazers have owned Man United for around 17 years. They did purchase the club for around 500 million. But the Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. For a while now, the vast majority of Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers, and Man United fans are planning a protest against the Glazers ahead of the game against Liverpool at Old Trafford on Monday. We've got Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren at the club. They're working alongside Ten Hag. Well, Ten Hag was the one that recommended them in. We've got John Murtough. He's our director of football. We've got Richard Arnold. Richard Arnold did replace Ed Woodward when Woodward resigned. Benny McCarthy's at the club. And not so long ago, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Manchester United in an advisory role. And obviously our manager is Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag has been prejudged by a lot of Manchester United fans because obviously Man United have enjoyed a terrible start to the Premier League season. Man United have lost the first two league games. We lost to Brentford last weekend 4-0 and we lost our opening game to Brighton at Old Trafford 2-1. Man United are bottom of the league with 0 points. But, Erik Ten Hag is blameless for the poor performances and poor results. The players have to take responsibility. Like I've said, Erik Ten Hag is a good manager. I've got faith in him. Ten Hag is aware that he's got big expectations to exceed at Manchester United. And don't forget, this is the first ever time that he's managing in the Premier League. And like I've said on so many of my recent videos, the Premier League is totally contrast to the Dutch League. And let me put into the equation, Ten Hag is inheriting Deadwood. The vast majority squad is not his. There's only 3 players that are his, and they're the 3 players he brought in this year. But you've got to admire what Ten Hag did when he was at Ajax, because when he was at Ajax he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. You know, 5 managers have left since Ferguson. Obviously, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Manchester United finished 7th under the Moyes era. And then Manchester United had Louis van Gaal for around 2 years, and we sacked him. Man United won the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal, and after Louis van Gaal, Manchester United had Jose Mourinho. Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. The 3 trophies he won was the Europa League, the Community Shield and the EFL Cup. Mourinho did not do well though in his second season. After Mourinho, Man United had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We sacked Solskjaer in November last year. He was the Man United manager for almost 3 years. We all still adore Solskjaer despite him getting sacked last year, because Solskjaer is a legend of the club. And after Solskjaer, Manchester United had Ralf Rangnick. He left the club earlier on this year. Rangnick was Man United's interim manager for around 5 months. So there you go. Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. That's almost 10 years ago. We spent over £1 billion since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And look how inconsistent we've been since Ferguson. So that just proves that spending billions, doesn't guarantee you success. Now, the news on the transfers. The news on Adrian Rabiot. David Ornstein recently said that Adrian Rabiot's move to Man United is now off due to Rabiot's high wage demands. Revert back to last week, it said that Man United agreed a 15 million fee with Juventus for Rabiot, and The Athletic did mention that Man United were working on signing Adrian Rabiot from Juventus. Not so long ago, he said that Manchester United were close to signing Matheus Cunha from Atletico Madrid for a fee of around 42 million. Matheus Cunha responded to rumours linking him with a move to Man United, and Cunha said that he's not interested in a move to Man United this summer. I'm now hearing Man United are in for Casemiro. There's still a lot of narratives coming out regarding Frenkie de Jong. The other day, like updated you, it said Man United's offer for Frenkie de Jong expires as the Dutchman turned down a 70 million switch to Old Trafford. The other week it said that Man United agreed a deal with Frenkie de Jong's agent, and last week it said Man United were confident of landing Frenkie de Jong by the end of this week. Man United are still trying to get Anthony from Ajax. The other day there was rumours that Man United were in for Jamie Vardy. He said Man United were considering a move, and Caught Offside said that Man United were prepared to offer Jamie Vardy a 1-year deal. So yeah, Man United are confident of making more signings before transfer deadline. So far this summer, we've made 3 signings. Manchester United signed Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord. Man United signed Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. When Christian Eriksen officially signed, he signed a 3-year contract. And Man United signed Lisandro Martinez from Ajax in a deal worth 57 million. So far this summer, Man United have spent around 70 million. Let me put into the equation that Man United have let quite a lot of players go. We recently loaned Ethan Laird out to QPR. As you all know, Man United have decided to sell James Garner. Nottingham Forest and Tottenham are interested in him. Garner's under contract with Man United until 2024. Not so long ago, we let Alex Telles go out on loan to Sevilla with no buy option. Like I've already mentioned, I knew Telles was going to be leaving the club when Man United got Tyrell Malacia. Dean Henderson went out on loan to Forest earlier on this year. We let Lee Grant leave. Matic left, he went to Roma, so he's reuniting with Jose Mourinho. Paul Pogba left Man United when his contract expired. He left on a free for the second time. He's now back at Juventus. Lingard left Man United when his contract expired on a free. He went to Nottingham Forest earlier on this year. Manchester United sold Andres Pereira. Man United let Juan Mata go on a free transfer. We let Edison Cavani leave on a free earlier on this year as well. And we've let quite a few young players go. And certainly more players are on their way out of the club, like I've already said. Do you think Rashford could leave Manchester United? The other week, like updated you, it said that PSG were interested in signing Marcus Rashford. PSG had begun discussions for Rashford. It said PSG value him at around 60 million. Man United did say though that Marcus Rashford is not for sale and we're looking to agree a new contract with Rashford. His contract at Man United expires next year. Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7 and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. And Rashford's made over 300 appearances for Man United and scored 90 odd goals. Cristiano Ronaldo could be on his way out of Manchester United. Like I said yesterday, Cristiano Ronaldo will soon reveal the truth about his future. By the way, Ronaldo's been cautioned over that phone incident. If you do remember rightly, Ronaldo smashed an Everton fan's phone last season. Man United are ready to consider offers for Cristiano Ronaldo. Man United could let the striker leave in this transfer window. A number of clubs have been in for him now. I heard that his former club Sporting Lisbon are interested in him. Don't forget Ronaldo began his playing career at Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus. So Ronaldo's been his second spell at Man United. Since he re-signed, Ronaldo's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 24 goals in all competitions. Ronaldo played in Man United's 4-0 defeat to Brentford last weekend. He came on in Man United's defeat to Brighton at Old Trafford. Revert back to Man United's final pre-season friendly against Rayo Vallecano. Ronaldo left before the end of the friendly. So that stirred suggestions up. Well, Ronaldo missed the vast majority of Man United's pre-season games due to family issues. I think Manchester United could still sell Martial. Martial is a squad player, isn't he? Martial hasn't played in Man United's first 2 league games due to injury. To Martial's credit though, he did well throughout pre-season, scored quite a few goals. Last season he was out on loan with Sevilla. I told you the best season Martial enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. We got Martial from Monaco back in 2015. He's been at the club for around 7 years. He's under contract with Man United till 2024. I think Manchester United will sell Fred next year because Fred's not good enough to represent the club. Fred has played a hell of a lot of games alongside Scott McTominay in the centre midfield, and quite clearly Fred and McTominay do not complement each other. And pundits have said in the past, and a lot of United fans have said, we'll never win another league title with Fred and McTominay in the centre midfield. Fred though, I have got my reservations about him, but on the other side of things, he has had his good games at United. We got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth 50 million. Lindelof, I think he's another one who could be leaving next year. You know, Lindelof's not one of our first choice centre-halves. It stopped being one of our first choice centre-halves when Man United signed Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. But Lindelof, you know, he's played a lot of games alongside Maguire in our backline. Lindelof and Maguire do not complement each other. Lindelof's played games alongside Bailly as well. To be honest with you, I think Lindelof alongside Bailly looks better than Lindelof and Maguire. You know, Lindelof's played games alongside Jones. He's played alongside Varane. Lindelof, in fact, is actually injured at the moment. We got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017 in a deal worth 31 million. Lindelof's under contract with the club until 2024. Phil Jones, you can say he's on his way out of the club. He's not one of our first choice centre-halves. He's only made like 3 or 4 Premier League appearances since January 2020. At one point, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. His contract at Man United expires next year. Jones has enjoyed around 11 years at the club, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Axel Tuanzebe, he's on his way out of the club. Last season, he was out on loan with Villa. He's enjoyed 3 loan spells with Villa. Eric Bailly, he's a squad player because he's not one of our first choice centre-halves. He's a good centre-half, he's Bailly, but my element of concern about him is injury prone. I've got to say he's on his way out of Man United. He's under contract with Man United until 2024. Man United got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016 for around 30 million. Harry Maguire, we definitely need to get rid of him. By the way, Eric Ten Hag is considering dropping Harry Maguire for the game against Liverpool. He's still the United captain. The captaincy needs to be taken off him because he's not a leader. Earlier on this year, Ten Hag has said he had faith in Harry Maguire. Revert back to last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. We overpaid for Maguire. We got Maguire for 80 million. Most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. Brandon Williams, you've got to say he's on his way out of the club as well. Last season he was out on loan with Norwich. I think Delon and Wan-Bissaka are also on the way out of the club as well. And I think Luke Shaw could leave next year if he doesn't pick up form. Luke Shaw's enjoyed a bad start to this season. He was poor last season, was Luke Shaw, but there again he had injuries. Told you the best season Luke Shaw enjoyed at Man United was the season before last. He's enjoyed a good 9 years or so at the club now. His contract at the club expires next year. So there you go. So now guys, on my next video I'll be giving you the preview for the Liverpool game. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.